So, roof construction. I've got to the point where my header's in. I'll put another couple of braces in down here just to make sure it's all in line and all plumb, all the walls. I've also had my wood delivery, so all my joists have arrived. 21 6x2 16 foots. And first things first, need to work out how long you need them to be. So obviously I know that my wall here is 3660 mil, 3660, because that's how long the base was, the three OSBs end on side by side. So I've done a bit of trigonometry on the interweb length. So I need to add then another foot for the overhang on the front. I need to add another 6 inches for the overhang on the back. And that's giving me an overall length of, just laid it out here, 4,130. So 4130, that's the length of my joists. Right, so the other thing to remember with the roof joists is that you have to put the crown side up. So if I just exaggerate that, this joist, they're very rarely going to be perfectly straight. Show me a piece of wood and I'll show you some sort of warping. This has come, and the crown, which is the slight bend or bow in the wood, is doing this now. I don't want it all the way up because then it's basically sag in the middle. So when you put it up, it's already sagging in the middle. We don't want it to sag in the middle because over time that sag could get worse, and then basically you get problems from that, as in collapsing, which is why we've gone for such a large piece of wood anyway. The 6x2s should be plenty strong enough, more than strong enough, over a 12-foot span. Certainly because it's a roof and there's not really going to be a vast amount of weight on it. It's just for things like snow, or if I'm walking around up there, if I've got to do anything. So, crown side up. So I'm just securing in the end joists. I've just done that one, I'm just about to do this one. Certainly for these ones, and probably for the rest, we'll see how we get on, but I'm putting them in with 100mm screws from underneath, and I'm using a little square to make sure that they're upright as I put them in. And then I'm just going to check then the distances between the two. The 295 mark that I've done is positioned right at the front of the OSB on the front face of the building, and then the overhang will just be whatever it is. If it's a few mil out between one end and the other, that will be fine. But as long as I cut all the pieces the same length and do the marking and the positioning at the same position, then they should all be perfectly in line. So most of them are cut now. We've got our technique and our sort of rhythm down to a T. Neil's come to give me an hand cutting them and moving them. Dad's come to help move the materials back into the garden, or round to the garden, ready to be thrown up on there later. I've got a load of offcuts here that will be cut to make the spacers, and I've got some leftovers to cut the others, and some really nice pieces to go around the sides. Any offcuts then I'll try and use as noggins down the middle, but I don't know whether I'll quite have enough, we'll see. Jack's filming. If you're just going to film what we're doing now, Neil, go and grab this one with me. Just checking the crown on the way. Neil's going to come by there, Neil. Jack up. Chuck this down here. Neil's going to mark the 295 on that end for me, at the same time as I mark the length. $41.30. Good? Yeah. Markings are already on the wall, so they're all on. slide up and over. And again. See, all the main joists are now cut. Now we've just got to cut some pieces at 180. They're going to get screwed into the end. There'll be about 6 or so all going down there. And that will hold the last piece on each side for the overhang. Welcome back. So we've now fitted all the joists all the way along, and then we've added onto the ends. Fucking where's the step ladder, Neil? Still around the back?
Outside.
Oh right, okay. I'll see if I can reach up. I don't know. So we've added a row of shorter timbers, 180mm long, to create an overhang, and then on the end of that then there's going to be another joist which forms the outer edge of that's the side, and obviously we'll have then one coming across the front of the joists, which are all now in line. All the ones at the back, and we can wrap that as well. We're just using offcuts now, that pile down there from when we cut the joist lengths, just to fill these gaps up. And that also guarantees then that each joist, instead of being on the squiff, is standing perfectly upright. In between those just extending sections, because they're square to the joist, we've cut these pieces here as fillers just on the angle that of the roof pitch, and then they slot then into those gaps, and I'll just cut some little pieces to fill those holes up at a later date. That's not really a priority this morning though, because I'm trying to get done before the bad weather hits. So yeah, going great guns. It's only midday, so we've been at it a few hours. I've had my dad come to help, Neil's come to help. I don't know why he's camera shy. He's a good looking bastard. So now it's 5:45. I started this morning at 8 o'clock, and with help from my dad, my mate, and another mate who lives a couple of doors away, we've finally managed to get the roof on. I did say though this morning, if you remember at the start of the video, that I was fighting against the racing against the weather. It's absolutely pissing it down now, and I haven't managed to get a vapour or waterproof covering over the top of the OSB, so unfortunately it's getting wet, it's leaking through. I've ordered I'm actually ordered like a polythene vapour barrier from Wix's, and I'm going to go and fetch that, but it's just a waste of time now, it's soaked. So, but at least I broke the back of it. I'll say I broke the back of it, it's completely on, and I'm well impressed. I'll try and show you outside. Looks like a little bungalow now down the garden. It's quite cool. At least the covering should prevent some of it, but unfortunately it's all going to get soaked. So on to the next stage.